How about now? Okay, great. The mic settings got a little messed up. Oh, okay. Yeah, that would make sense. I'll mute myself on the Discord stream. Okay. Well. Let me see. Yeah, my mic's turned up on OBS as high, almost as high as it'll go. And my mic gain on my headset is as high as it'll go. You might just need to futz with the audio settings. Yeah. How's the game audio sound? Can you hear the music? Okay, great. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if they got Theodore Bastard back to do any music for it. I know Akira Yamaoka, who did Silent Hill, who's the Silent Hill composer, did at least one piece for this soundtrack. So, yeah. I think actually I'm going to mute my audio. Since there's no one else in the stream yet, I'm just going to mute my audio here and swap over to the Discord audio so that we don't have a delay. And then if people come to the stream, I'll switch over to the stream audio.
I am Daniil Dankovsky, Bachelor of Medicine. All my life I have been studying death, the greatest boundary holding humanity back. The powers that be were frightened of my search. My lab in the capital was about to be closed. But it cannot be denied that some phenomena might be found only in the strangest, most remote parts of our country. Little towns that are yet to be explored by forward-thinking minds. People accept the supposed imminence of death way too easily. We meekly follow our life's path to it, like cattle to the slaughter. But we shouldn't. My search for immortality has brought me rumors of one, Simon Kane, a supposedly immortal man, living in one such town. He might be just the proof all my theories need. The final patient. I need to find him, or else all my life's work is doomed.
야하웨노 부부 알르샤웨노 야하와 반스 야하슈임다 어느 흥부 야하이르 베고 한하는
Freeze frame.
gallopes along the path of doom, yet sings its song.
Okay.
Vita nostra brevis est, brevi finietur.
Well, he's singing in, I actually can't tell if that's Italian or Latin. Platon. To prime it, hold this crank and turn it clockwise. Chief, hello? Oh, for crying out loud, your mind's flown away again. My mind and I are planted firmly on the ground. Sure you are. Anyway, as I was saying, the crank is stiff. You'll have to use some force. Platon, are you crazy? There's a gas leak. What did you call me in here for? We have to seal the morgue and evacuate, quickly. No, Daniil. What we have to do is load that prototype you're fiddling with and use it to get to the morgue. A woman rose from the dead in there, and it will be, I think you'll agree, extremely frustrating if she dies again. We must get her out. Risen? From the dead? I was collecting tissue samples to determine the onset of rigor mortis when I heard a noise. I turned around and, holy smokes, a woman was sitting up on the gurney, stiff as a poker, rasp in her throat. I started toward her, but then I smelled the gas and pulled the alarm lever. It wasn't a spontaneous resurrection. It couldn't be. These cases always turn out to be lethargy or catatonia or apnea. You forgot that time with the animatronic figure. Tellerman's wonderful joke for your birthday. I didn't forget it. I wiped it from my mental atlas. What should I do with this device? This prototype, I think you called it? I already told you, but fine, let's go over it again. You're holding an experimental prototype meant to dissipate tuberculosis miasma. Remember the consumption task force? Kaufman, Gorski, Anna Stein. Of course I remember. In the wake of Beijing, they were committed to make a device to dissipate miasma, but I believe it was meant for something other than tuberculosis. I'd feel even better if we could leave this morgue. This magnificent gizmo disperses an aerosol of disinfectant. First, you load the prototype. There's bottles of solution in the beige cabinet. Best set it on the table while you load it. You can't do it while you're holding it. I load it, then what? Next, you wind the prototype up. To prime it, hold this crank here and turn it clockwise. And then I just release the contents into the gas? Correct. Wind up the crank, then release. The gas should dissipate, theoretically. Wind, release, dissipate. Repeat until you reach our resurrectee. Just remember, the chlorine will keep coming while our supply of solution is finite. Just try to be as efficient as possible, Chief. And what about the deceased woman? Where is she now, and in what state? The formerly deceased woman, Chief. Before the gas came too thick to see through, she was sitting on a gurney at the opposite end of the morgue. From there, I know as little as you do. She may have gone back to being deceased. Or maybe you have altogether hallucinated her. You'd inhaled enough by then, but there's only one way to find out. Pneumatics with mechanical priming. The longer I hold the crank, the stronger the effect. Clears the miasma in front of it. Operating range is supposed to be decent. One load is good for 20 uses. Need to spin. I'm not sure. No way to know. Required ingredients are readily available, at least in the Institute. I need a stimulant, an anesthetic, and a toxin. Ah, there we go. That's what the belladonna is for. There should be here in these beige cabinets. First thing we teach lab assistants, the best stuff is the beige cabinets. Add the ingredients one by one into the setup and heat it up. Evaporate, residue goes into the prototype, heat, then open the valves. Should be enough for 20 uses. Toxin for pest control purposes. Shortages of stimulants are a persistent issue. Students borrow them to prepare for exams, then forget to return them. Easy. What's up?
Cheer up, Chief. Want to hear that grey-haired joke again? The one you love so much.
Here we go. Okay. One day we shall all float forever. I will break Death's own spine. Can't say he's not ambitious. Oh, there she is. Yep. How do I get over there? Can't jump. Here we go. Are you Death? You have Death's eyes. I have the eyes of a man who just walked 40 meters of poisonous gas without protective goggles. At the end of the tunnel, there's a second tunnel. You can tell me everything you've seen in your posthumous visions later. We need to get out of here at once. At the end of the tunnel, there's a second tunnel. What does that mean? It means that when you die, there's neither life nor death, but something else entirely. Like a coin falling on its edge. Or a Mobius strip. You shouldn't concern yourself with such things, though. Can I have my prototype back? Take it. It spins all boring, clockwise only. Grandpa Simon has clocks that spin every which way. Besides, the train's already dead. Couldn't save it in time. You understand transplantation, at least a bit. Indeed, a heart can't survive outside the body. I'm sick of this game. Go away. We're going to play cat in an old hat. We still have time before the sun sets. Wait, what about my microscope? I'll trade you another tail for it. We didn't take your microscope. Where is it then? If the prototype is my right hand, the microscope is my left. I can't collect data without it. The dogheads must have taken it. Khan and Notkin got a deal. All the war spoils get split down the middle. They don't care about hearts, not in any of their many faces. Why would they need another one? What does your microscope do? Is it alive? Dogheads? Khan and Notkin? A heart in the face? I don't understand a single word. That's 'cause you're kind of silly, mister. Those are all simple words. Right. I suppose you passed my belongings along to some other gang, and I need to go to them to get my microscope back. Am I right? Khan must have given it to Capella as a gift. Are you stupid? She hates kaleidoscopes after what happened to that stained glass. No, Khan wouldn't have given it to her. If it's something that changes things when you look through it, he must have given it to Grandpa Simon. Grandpa Simon loves things like that. Khan wouldn't give it to anyone, not before he looks at it himself. Or after, either. But he's honest, even if he's wicked. He'd give it back to the owner. If you find him in town, he'll deal fair. Where can I find him? Well, if they brought your macro kaleidoscope into the polyhedron, you won't see it again. No use looking there. Try the stairways to heaven. The dogheads like them, think they look like polyhedron. There's one right here, in the maw. You know, after this conversation, with its capellas, cons, polyhedrons, I'm beginning to see the shape of the world you live in. It sounds complicated, but it can't be worse than human anatomy, can it? In the capital, it just seemed like an amusing trinket, but I'd hate to lose a unique invention, especially one so dear to Platon. Ah. Oh, and I'm now back. I am now regulated again. That's good. Enebe bishop. Enebe bishop. Orbis mirabilium planus est. I wonder what that means. Sure. What an interesting mask you have. Go away, Snake Man. You've got sharp heels. Some kids ran through here with my belongings. Did you see them? We gaze at the earth. Do not pull us away from the earth. Then I shall not presume to divert your attention any further. Lumpy man. I've heard of an elephant man. Is this the worm man, then? I've only seen such poor, disfigured creatures in an anatomical theater. Planus. Plenus. Sharp, suffocating smell, fresh glyphs, rich color. Is this drawn with cinnabar? Really? Yeah, and I think it might be toxic also. Jacob Sturck, Kirik, and what was his name? Bertrand. Such a harmless fellow. He was never hurt a fly in his life, and the Ripper slashed him to ribbons like the rest of them anyway, the brute. We must give these unfortunate souls the proper burial they deserve, then find the Ripper and give him a burial befitting a beast. Huleche Hunud. Do not act rashly. Give Kirik to me. I'll pay you back, in kind, in herbs, in blood. I don't mean to alarm you, but you have holes in your dress the size of another dress. Are you crazy? Why are you looking at her? Why are you even speaking to her? Begone, witch! Buyante, do not speak to me, stranger. I have come begging for food to give Suo, begging for tears to give Mother Bodo. I speak to the blood of Udur, of our town. You are not our blood. My eyes do not see you, stranger. My ears do not hear you. Suok, Mother Bodo, Udur. Before you ask, no, I don't need to write down new words. I have an excellent memory. Okay, Daniil. A Ripper's come to town. The father killer. Burach. He was always a wild one, but then Mara Shabnak lay with him in the steppe and whispered things in his ear to make him water the earth with blood. As soon as he got off the train, he went on his murder spree. He killed Jacob Sturck, he killed Kirik, he killed the harmless Bertie. He's a monster. Mara Shabnak? Who's that? It's a very weird series. A thing that comes from the steppe. A golem on feet of bone that takes the form of a young harlot, lays with someone, and then eats their eyes to blind them to reality. I thought I had come alone, or almost alone, but I definitely don't recall a mad ripper on the train with me. He arrived on the freight train, took the back door like a thief in the night. The freight train was bringing medicine, sweets, and coffins, so the ripper must have hid away in a coffin, or else Shabnak would have torn him apart in the steppe. You just said that Shabnak copulated with him, but now he's hiding from her in a coffin? Only 2 sentences into this conversation, and I already want to shoot myself. Buyante, hear me out, blood of my Udur. Suok sings of a fierceness, a sharpness, inside the one you call Kirik. Give his body to me. He is dead to you anyway. You will bury him, and he will rot away until nothing is left. I will bury him, and Suok will eat him and drink his savagery and his sting, and sing an Ubgheni Dun, an herb song in gratitude. She'll give us Twoya, and we'll brew lots of Twyrine. She will give us Ashen Swish, the harshest of the herbs. Bicheleneb, Ashen Swish is a cruel herb, a bad herb. It thrives on blood and spite. Suok sings that we will need plenty of swish soon. Yours is a burial into emptiness, but mine will be a burial into Suok's womb. I am at your feet, Hein Chunud. Good people, give me the one you call Kirik. Should we give her the body, maybe? He doesn't seem to have any family, and without them in the picture, I guess it doesn't matter if we bury him or the kin do. Who knows? Suppose we do get a great crop of Twoya. Are crops used as fertilizer often around these parts, or corpses? I do, because I played the second one. It's an herb that grows in the steppe, and a big part of Artemis' mechanics was obtaining different types of Twyer to make different kinds of medicines. But they aren't just going to use him. No, he has no idea. They'll desecrate him until not even Shabnak can recognize what's left. That's what you're going to do, isn't it? Isn't it, Steppe Girl? Say it, and don't you dare try to lie to us. I am at your feet, Hein Chunud, good people. I promise there will be no desecration. We will take his name so it holds its sharpness no longer, and we will lower him into Suok's womb. Everyone will forget him, forget the wicked murderer Kirik, and only Ashen Swish will remain. I knew there was a catch. Wicked or not, you can't just bury a person without their name. Everyone has the right to be remembered, if nothing else. But he really was a wicked man. The rare times someone remembers him at all, they never had anything good to say. Perhaps it's for the best if everyone forgets him. They'll take the name of this Kirik. What does that mean? A touch of our eyes, a touch of our fingers, and the name melts away. The one they used to call Kirik will become a gift to Suok instead. He will have no grave, and there will be no man in the memory of the people. Speak to me no more, stranger. Your words are poison. I must admit that clarified nothing. Let's hand over the body. I'd rather avoid a falling out with the kin. It will only lead to more trouble down the line. What do you think, stranger? You certainly look important. Maybe you have some brains to back it up. Once a person dies, their body is no more than a collection of molecules and tissues. Any opportunity to put it to some use is a stroke of fortune. Corpus non est templum. The body is not a temple. Thank you, stranger. By Allah. Death came to this town today. Such great death, the likes of which has never been seen before. Today will be a fearsome day. Tomorrow even more so. And on the third day, fear itself will die. And without Ashen Swish, we will die too. I have to say that all these prophecies are making me uneasy. The locals believe in a Shabnak, murderous steppe golem in the guise of a woman. It's like I've stepped out of time, not just traveled far from home. Corpses always attract the same kind of swarm, gawkers. Holy mother of smokes. A precise cut, more akin to surgery than murder. Stabbed in the stomach, gutted just like my books. The body is still warm. Surprisingly, for a man like this, he was sober. Yeah, that's a reasonable response to seeing an herb bride. Can I crouch? I cannot. That sure is a lot of coffins.
What?
Oh, hey! Hey, buddy. Would you look at that? A customer. Keep walking, customer. This shop's appointment only, and I don't recall your name on the list. Can you add me, then? Why add you, when I could subtract? See those stiffs by the wagons? My friend the Ripper did that. Buzz off, pal. My friend the Revolver works just as well. Boys, boys, there's no need to fight over me. I'll just remind you, I'm married. We've got plenty of shops in town, but our warehouse keeper here can get it for your wholesale. Just look at these boots he snagged. Scarlet. They're pretty. Are they from the capital? From a coffin. A coffin's the best when you need a chest. A checkpoint guard wouldn't dare open it up out of respect. It's inhumane. Meanwhile, it's overflowing with 100 pairs of scarlet Saffiano leather boots, tax and duty-free. Saffiano leather? Those are bog-standard military-issue boots that have been dyed wrong. You a tax inspector? I can't imagine a duller job. Keep your nose out of other people's coffins, then. Once someone goes in, who knows what'll happen? Maybe they never died. Maybe they never existed at all. Do what you want, but these boots are no Saffiano leather. Grief. This town lives on imports, so here the warehouse keeper is king. He says the contents of coffins are not always what they seem. I wonder. One grief. I despise hustlers and courtroom vultures. The Academy adores them. I didn't expect to find an ordinary girl behind this pile of coffins. Can never have too many coffins. Birdies, birdies, gather ye here round the marble nest. They're imported here. Why? I suppose there aren't many trees in the steppe. A crimson river flows at you as you open the coffin. Boots. The second tool was stolen by a different gang of children. I'll have to search the town for it. Not the guided tour I hoped for. Ooh. There was something here. Okay. Yeah, clocks are accurate. That's cool. Nice touch. Yeah, this whole, like, seeing Daniil's thoughts superimposed when he looks at things, that is definitely unique to him. That is not something Artemy had to deal with. Oh, and interesting. Like, because... yeah. I guess we haven't gone too far. Kick.
Tired of this noise.
The material world is affected by interactions with specific objects. They are easy to spot if you enter concentration mode. Oh, okay, and that made me more manic. So, I guess if my apathy's getting too high, I can go kick things. It's good to know. Push. Hit. Hitting this will make me more apathetic. Oh, it's like spinning it, because it's soothing. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah. Like, this game is like, help this man manage his bipolar disorder. Ooh. Hello, little fella. Children have rats, adults have bulls. Though I've read a little about these marmots, steppe carriers of contagion. Strong, foul, stinking tobacco, while in the capital decadents smoke belladonna. Dignitaries fear assassination attempts. In the capital, they block roads for ministers, while a patient dies in the sanitary motor. Ooh. Such beautiful movements. I'd like to study them, so this bloating is a common condition here. Truly astonishing phenomena can still be found in the remote corners of our country. Erge. Bucha, my good little bull. Blunt-mouthed, broad-browed, please forgive us. You're silly, Erge, and you always have been. He's returning to Bosturo, to Bodo. We are leading him into the bosom of his mother and father. Why are you asking him for forgiveness? Because Bosturok is dead, Aina. This little bull's whole life he didn't know that the most beautiful creature, the immortal Bosturok, was waiting for him. And now that he knows, Bosturok is dead. Bucha will find his father's silent corpse. How can we not pity him? Who died? Bosturok, the father of all Katange, people and bulls. We ask Suok to bring him back. You're the silly one, Aina. Suok didn't eat Bosturok. How could she? He's bigger than her, stronger than her. The immortal can't be killed. He chooses death himself. We ask Bosturok to change his mind and come back to us, his children. Is Bosturok some kind of mythical creature? What happened exactly? Bosturok is the father of all Khatanje, people and bulls. Oh, how can I explain? We herb brides walk barefoot so that we can always hear his heart. Tonight, it stopped beating. His children are afraid without their father, so we ask him to respond. But I feel he has died. A fang or a claw was thrust into him. I feel the wound bleeding. Rust has soaked into him. I feel the rot squelching underfoot. Quiet, both of you. You know nothing. Bosturok can only die from gloom. We will cheer him up, feed him, and show him our joy. We will bring the last aurochs to his bosom. Then he will remember us, and return to us. So this bull is meant to be sacrificed? We give a little to gain a lot. Mother Boto is a blind, loving mother, the warmth of the earth. But Bosturok not only bore us, he watched over us. We lived under his watch. Now the town is without a beholder, Arkalag Kun. We are all blind worms now. Mugar, bad. A worm is a worm, a human is a human. A human is meant to see, to build. Look around, beholder. What do you see? You said the beholder is Bosturok. Who am I to contend with him? Any gaze might turn out to be Bosturok's gaze. These things can't be foreseen. You haven't looked closely. Go further. See our celebration. Look at the last aurochs. What do you see in all this? Tell Guga afterwards. How could I forget Guga? You brought us... The word vaccine is derived from vaka, meaning cow. You brought us medicine on your horns and paid for it with your lives. I didn't know that. Fear mixed with curiosity. Townsfolk aren't used to such spectacles. Woo! What is that? Huh.
Superstitions aren't real.
No, it doesn't look like that affected my stats. Interesting. Maybe that has to do with the beholding. They tied ribbons all over town and incense burns everywhere. Or is this just what the steppe smells like? My eyes touch you, beholder. That's plausible, anatomically speaking, but psychologically that will traumatize me for the next decade. What was that? I just saw some sort of... What did you see, beholder? I had a fleeting hallucination. Strange. I usually can only induce such things in laboratory conditions. Twire blooms, Swevery blooms, white whip too. You're not from here, you're not used to it. The head sings, the eyes open up. Was the bull in the square some sort of parable? Was the bull in the square some sort of parable? They already explained it to me. They're taking it to Bos Turok for his entertainment. Yes. Symbolic. Thank you for your vision, beholder. You see more widely than others. We will remember this. If you see something else unexpected, don't be afraid. It's just the eyes adjusting to our current place in time. Keep moving forward. Literae non dant panem, sed aperiunt mundum. Pity the Academy thinks otherwise. Even this backwater has a theater. They're performing a dance of death or something of the sort. Death, where is thy cloak? Whoa! Oh, don't love that either. I just imagined I'm simply adjusting to the climate. Why is she drawing my thoughts? Hello. Perfectly healthy children. What devilry am I imagining? An unbearably melancholy, drawn-out creak. We jest, but the anguish keeps growing. What'd you say, Riven?
As if things are animated.
Oh, yep, February. That doesn't seem to... Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button, that's why.
Damn them.
Oh, hello, it's you.
I'm the only one alive in this town.
Yeah. Oh, he also... It's gonna throw me off that the voices are all different now. Ah, there you are. Finally, I thought you'd forgotten our agreement. I hope you're ready. Have you memorized your lines? Of course I did. I always have 2 or 3 lines ready in my mind, and I choose one before responding. You see on the fourth wall there, Dankovsky. I don't have time to read any lines. I'm trying to get my microscope back. Have you seen any kids conspicuously carrying luggage? I take no joy in seeing another player who likes to improvise. Your charge is but to read your lines and not invent them. Wait, is this really the guy? Looks about the same, but the outfit's all wrong. Did our guy wear a coat? This costume is more suited to an antagonist. Funny. Fashion advice from a man in a bird suit. Looked in a mirror lately? What delightful cheek! Never have I seen such arrogance all in one person. Sir, you are just what the doctor ordered. I am Mark Immortel, director of the local theater. Pleased to meet you. And you are? Daniil Dankovsky, doctor. Just arrived from the capital. Magnifico. You see, the actor we've been waiting an eternity for has decided to sabotage the rehearsal. You would do us a massive, titanic favor by replacing him, even if just for a little while. Still, what's the man in a bird suit doing here? This is abnormal. Are you not familiar with the ancient mysteries? Our feathered colleague symbolizes the doom of all things. He acts as a dark omen, complete with a plague doctor's beak. Our performance is quite simple. The main character has just arrived in a remote town and, quite accidentally, stumbled into a curious rehearsal in which his fate will be decided. Who knows? Perhaps he'll die at the end. Oh yes, there's so much meta in this game. I don't have time for this nonsense. Excuse me. A shame, truly. Our troupe just lost our primo uomo. The lead exits the stage, and we must carry on without him. Rideau! I say again, he is no leading man. He is unfit to even play a villain. At best a background player, a body, standing there to fill the stage. It is the Steppe's healer's son who ought to take the role. Or that young girl who crawled out of her grave. They have such pathos and such verve. What does this one have? A coat! I've had enough of your jabs. Good day, sir. Well, I have no idea what... Yeah, I was wondering, like, if that's supposed to be in a particular meter. He is no leading man. He is unfit to even play a villain. At best, a background player, a body, standing there to fill the stage. It is the Steppe healer's son who ought to take the role, or that young girl who crawled out of her grave. They have such pathos and such verve. What does this one have? A coat. Yeah, well, what do you expect for a remote town like this? The world's a stage. Well, you know, it's translated from Russian. Probably works better there. Oh no, the big city immersive theater and fourth wall breaking gimmicks infiltrated this place as well. One aspect of progress I'd hoped to escape. Impossible geometry. I found what looks like a stairway leading towards the heavens. How does it stay upright? I hope the children who stole my microscope are there. If you could travel through time, would you go to the future or the past? A future so distant that not even someone with my vivid imagination could fathom it. Grandpa Simon used to say that days are like hopscotch. Usually they go one after another, but sometimes there's two side by side, and sometimes you have to jump backwards. Does Simon Kane know many games? He's the only grown-up who gets games. Everyone thinks they're just silly things for kids, just running around or scoring a point. But Grandpa Simon knows how games should be. I bet he could even enter the polyhedron. Whatever that thing is, I've been told I'll never see inside it. My place is with earthly matters, apparently. Answer me, did you steal my microscope? I did, yeah, but I gave it to Phil. He's over there, on the stairway. How do those stairs stand without support? They stand like the polyhedron does. You keep bringing up this polyhedron. Well, whatever sort of creature it is, it can wait until later. Their faces are gloomy. They're up to no good.
Well, what is it? Can you see the future? Let me look too. Gimme, gimme.
Wait your turn, Pipsqueak. Just let me take one look, and then I'll give it back. Ew, there's a bunch of bugs and little hairs. Doesn't look like much of a future. Why are you using your dog's eye to look? You're not an animal, you know. Yeah, but an animal might see further, though. Need some help, kids? I can teach you how to use this thing. Here, let me show you. Oh, it's you. Hey, your thingamajig's busted. It doesn't show anything. Just some bugs and weird little hairs.
Maybe that is the future. Like, in many, many years, nothing will remain of us on Earth but bugs and hair.
It's very sad if you think about it. Didn't any of you kids go to school? Do you not know how a microscope works? Does this town even have a school? See all those different glass pieces inside? Glass like this shows the future when you look through it. Everyone knows that. Grandpa Simon loved making all sorts of things with glass. I've only seen thingamajigs like this at his place. Why did you steal it from Grandpa Simon, you bastard? That's why we stole it back from you. It's called justice. That is my microscope. I brought it with me from the capital, and you stole it from my luggage. That's called theft.
Wait, you don't know, mister? He doesn't know.
Spit it out, you monster. Where did you get this thingamajig from? What did you do to Simon? It was you, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Calm down, boy. Please don't shout. What's going on? What don't I know? This conversation is making me realize why I never became a father. I don't think that's the only reason, Daniil. Just give him back the thingamajig and let him go on his merry way. It's broken anyhow. Can't see any future at all. No, no, no. Grandpa Simon taught us what doesn't take effort doesn't deserve effort. If we just give him back the thingamajig, there's no effort in that. I have a pocket watch on a chain, and it definitely shows the future. Let's make a deal.
Come on, let's see it. Ooh, nice. And how does it show the future?
With this, you always know what time it is, so you know what time it will be in an hour, or 2, or even 3, which means you know the future. Yeah. Using your big city brain. Oh, you're clever, mister. All right, give us your watch. But show us how your thingamajig works, will ya? We're still curious. First, the trade. The watch for the for the microscope. Then I'll show you. Ah, there we go. Trade. To trade an item, I need to put it in the barter slot, okay? If I want something, I need to give something in return. I can use this by getting the items in my cells on my inventory side. People won't agree to a trade unless if I offer items less valuable than whatever I'm asking for. Okay. No, I have no idea. I'm gonna get some more water. I'll be right back.
Why do they continue to normalize death?
Please hold on a little longer. Even after the inhalation therapy, the swelling won't go down immediately. Chief, finally, where have you been? The woman you rescued from the morgue is conscious, but she might not stay that way. She's still very weak.
The burden of leadership. You owe something to everyone, and everyone will find you at fault. It's good to see you too, Seraphima.
Step aside with me for a moment, Chief. I checked the morgue records. A body matching her description was declared dead last night.
We're searching across the country for miraculous resurrections, and one springs up right under our feet, in our Institute's morgue. That's irony for you.
I'm not claiming it does, but imagine for a second.
No, let's stick to the facts. I spoke to the orderly on duty last night.
He also claims that our subject showed no signs of life, and Platon himself was there when she woke up.
Mm-hmm. When I reached this woman through the poisonous fog, she herself insisted that she had died. It's not proof, but she must have had some reason to think it.
We can't miss this opportunity. Unfortunately, the subject is having trouble speaking. All that time in the gas has weakened her voice. I've rinsed her mucous membranes and performed inhalation therapy, but you understand. I can't conduct an extensive interview.
Shame. A first-hand account could point us in the right direction. But there's always a physical examination, or taking a sample.
Or an examination of her personal belongings. She came into the morgue with some items, though I haven't had a chance to go through them myself. I left them on the table by the back entrance. Will you take a look, Chief? Perhaps there's a clue. Ma'am, would you allow us to examine your things?
Oh. Okay. Hello. Do you remember me? I'm Bachelor of Medicine Daniil Dankovsky, head of the Thanatica Laboratory. Last night I saved you from the sight of a serious gas leak.
The man with death's eyes.
My eyes were affected by the gas just like yours were, but at least you remember something.
I died. Tunnel after tunnel.
Please remain calm. Before we can be sure of anything, I need to examine you. Pale and gaunt, looks exhausted. I should take a look at her blood sample. The skin here is seriously damaged. I suspect it's due to her contact with the gas. Likely the same for her red eyes and mucosal burns. What's this? Bruising, redness, a rough injection? Seems like she had an allergic reaction. Bruising from repeated injections. The consequences of attempted resurrection?
So I need material to examine first. Are Lazarus's personal effects from the morgue. Herbs, not a bouquet, looks medicinal. Consulted a wise woman instead of a doctor? Self-medication with folk remedies? Consent for the experimental treatment at our institute. The description of the treatment is vague, something about novel drugs. Morphine, tourniquet. Chronic morphine addict or suffered from severe pain. Husband left and took off the wedding ring. I might understand more if I take a blood sample from the subject. Say what? Tissue samples are placed on glass slides. An assistant ensures the slides are sufficiently supplied. Take sample. Okay. So I guess... Sample taken. I can study the collected samples under a microscope. To perform the test, I need reagents. The doctor themselves is in charge of their supply. Thick blood drop. Preparation of capillary blood. By adjusting magnification, I need to find the red bacteria in the sample. To adjust the focus, it will allow me to see bacteria better. Yes. The lifespan of a culture is limited. I must act quickly. A dead sample is useless. Yeah. A pathogen has been found. Organ is affected. Okay. Breathing is a bit easier, but talking is still difficult. Rest, and I'll take another look at the things you had with you when you arrived at the morgue. One last logical avenue remains. Glasses without diopters to look older, a fearless heart to see things through. I'd leave Thanatica to her in a heartbeat. I already have. Okay, I like that the calculations just kept going right on onto the floor. Together with the examination and tests, the picture is more or less complete. Our miraculously resurrected woman has late-stage leukemia, and her injection marks on her body. Morphine overdose? Addicted from palliative treatment for the pain? Colleagues thought she was beyond saving. Seraphim awaits, and our subject needs rest. Time to come up with a diagnosis, even if it's preliminary.
Enough? No, not enough. Never enough.
So, Chief, have you shed any light on the case? I'm loath to jump to conclusions, but could Thanatica have discovered some genuine phenomenon?
She was in a trial for a new drug. I'm not sure our colleagues will disclose their experiment. That's the Thanatica is the institute that Daniil is part of, working on. Yeah, no, it's they're trying to defeat death. I'm not sure our colleagues will disclose their experiment, but I'd guess anaphylaxis, an acute allergic reaction, and you end up in the morgue.
I suppose so. But how do we explain the most astonishing part, the resurrection? Why did a gas leak revive the subject?
Did you see the bruised injection site? Adrenaline. Someone tried to restart her heart with a too small dose. The gas leaked, and the body released the adrenaline it was missing.
So you think it was a mistake? The subject ended up in the morgue due to negligence. She wasn't actually dead yet, and by coincidence, an unaccounted-for factor revived her.
Is that disappointment I hear? It's unjustified. For example, adrenaline as an emergency tool is promising from a scientific point of view. The research will one day bear fruit. So, does that mean she wasn't dead after all? The woman who supposedly came back to life? Alas. That's what your microscope's even... Then what's your microscope even for? Doesn't show the future, doesn't raise the dead. It's just a toy, really. It's quite the bar you've set with your expectations, young man. All right, if we can't see the future in that glass, then we're off. We've got important things to do, after all. As do I. I'll leave my things to my temporary lodgings, then head to the Crucible to see Simon. I'm ready. Open mind map. I've overcome this town's first hurdle. If I keep up this momentum, my trip won't take long. Famous last words. Okay. Oh. Okay, so they've mapped. That's nice. My temporary home. And then Simon, I think, is in here. Crucible. I think that's right. Bridge Square, Stillwater, Atrium, Cape, Flank, Chine, Backbone, Marrow, Gut, Maw, Warehouses, Factory, Crude Sprawl, Hindquarters, Skinners, Tanners. Let's just see. Do you have anything else you want to trade? Oh, you've still got. Oh, okay. Those are worth a lot. I was thinking about it. Beetles are easy to find. Watches, not so much. At least based on the first game.
Enough. Why are you drowning me in details, Bachelor? Street kids stealing a
It's fun.
microscope is an amusing anecdote, but it's not the crime we sat down to discuss 2 hours ago.
What the? Yeah, you can trade, because the beetle was worth 4 and the watch was worth 3, so you can trade. Oh yeah, no, they're 4 each. Inspector of the Special Committee. He was sent to investigate my case of criminal negligence, supposedly. Supposedly I didn't save a town in the east of our country where a plague broke out. I didn't even try, apparently. He's luring me into a trap. His folder is full of intentionally false data. He's not interested in the truth, but rather in the downfall of Bachelor Dankovsky. He is my enemy.
Other people's tragedies cannot possibly compare to the tragedy of Bachelor Dankovsky.
Enough. Why are you drowning me in details, Bachelor? Street kids stealing your microscope is an amusing anecdote, but it's not the crime we sat down to discuss 2 hours ago. 2 hours and 15 minutes ago, to be exact. Focus. I'm only interested in what's important. How am I supposed to know, Inspector, what you deem important and what you don't? Oh, it has almost been an hour and a half. I'm going to have to feed my cat soon. You know what I especially dislike? When an obviously intelligent man feigns foolishness to derail an investigation. I'm offended and embarrassed for you. We both know you're not a fool. Stop wasting my time, and your own. I just wanted to recount everything in order, from beginning to end. The beginning doesn't interest me. My concern is the ending, the result, the finale. As for your backstory, your genesis, all of that is in the case file. Shall we review it? Yes, please. I'm quite curious as to what it contains. Let's see, where was it? Ah, yes. The ministerial inspection of your lab, Thanatica, began in early September. Your presence was required at all times. Instead, you dashed off across the country to a backwater town to bring back what might be described as... Yes, an immortal man. Let's set aside your fantasies for a moment. The important part... Yes, the important part is that you fled from the investigation. And this town had an outbreak of some fever the scientific community had no knowledge of. As luck would have it, you were the only medical professional on site. Accurate so far? I didn't flee. Proof of human immortality was the only chance to save Thanatica. On the third day, the town's leaders gathered in the town hall to form an emergency command to fight the epidemic. And what was Daniil Dankovsky, who was, I repeat, the only qualified specialist in town, doing that day? What's that? Your lip is trembling. Did I unsettle you? My shame isn't your concern. You're right to feel ashamed. Instead of fulfilling your Hippocratic oath and leading the fight against the plague, you were engaged in... What? Come on, don't look at the table. My eyes are up here. I know where you're going with this, the inspector. It says I tried to flee the town. On the fourth day, the town lost its water supply. They required a hospital, but the one person who could set it up, what was he doing? Tell me, Dankovsky, where did you spend the fourth and fifth days? In a jail cell. That's what your papers say, right? Come the evening of the fourth day, the doctor from the capital attempted to flee the dying town on a cargo train like a rat. He was caught and jailed, and there he remained as plague ravaged the town. I admit, I find even the act of reading about it repugnant. I won't lie, I considered escape. Escape, not flight. Thanatica was in the process of being destroyed back in the capital. You considered escape to avoid facing a painful truth. When I came to town, I found that Simon Kane, the immortal man on whom I pinned all my hopes, was dead. Oh, interesting. I get to talk to myself now. But first I'm going to go feed my cat, so I'll be back in a moment. Okay. I'm back. I wonder if we're now... Sorry? So I think what we're seeing here is that this is like Daniil being interviewed, because I mentioned that the game takes place over a period of 12 days. This is him being interviewed after that period about what happened during that period. Yes, which, if... Yes, that on the third day, or a third or fourth day, he tried to flee, and on the fifth day he was in jail while the town was dealing with the plague. And I'm curious now if we're like taking on the perspective of the inspector interviewing Daniil, or if this is more of an internal dialogue he's having with himself. But when the epidemic began, you could have saved others. That is Daniil. He is the bachelor. Yeah. Yeah, well, he's either talking to himself, or we're now taking the perspective of the guy he's talking to. Not sure which. You're a doctor. You swore an oath. Why did you abandon the ordinary townsfolk? Yeah. Yeah, this is our boy. This is Daniil in his ridiculous coat with his ridiculous cravat pin. I hope you get to see him, like, his full body look at some point, because it's like, sir, what are you doing? Simon Kane's nature, the mystery of his immortality and death. It's a very long coat. It is asymmetrical. Parts of it are made of snakeskin. He also has, like, high-heeled shoes. I love him. I love him so much. He's ridiculous. He's a ridiculous little man. The most important thing that happened in this little town. And to me. But I can't just relay it to you. To understand, one must immerse themselves in the details. Take in the full picture. And for the very best immersion, you tried to flee the town on the evening of the fourth day. No, you're twisting it. You're rewriting the past. Where did I lie exactly? Point it out. I'll tell you what really happened. On the third day, at the town hall. No, I know your plan. Once again, you will drown me in unnecessary details. Leave aside your stories of children and microscopes. I told you, I'm interested in the ending, not the beginning. Do you also read books backwards? You will recount everything in whatever order I tell you to. On the sixth day, the plague destroyed the town. So if you would be so kind, explain to me, what were you doing on the fifth day? Were you really so indifferent to the plights of the people around you? The town couldn't have perished on the sixth day. I was there for 12. There's an error in your report. You disappoint me, Bachelor. I'll ask again. On the fifth day in town, what were you doing? Fifth day. Let me think. So that was all the intro. Yeah, look at that coat. Yes. Day 5, in which the Bachelor will grab the only remaining cut thread that may lead to Simon Kane. I'm never leaving this place. They trapped me in this bloody town. Now I'm trapped in a jail cell. Does it have multiple endings? We'll see. Again, it just came out, so I haven't played much. I've played as much of it as you have, or have seen. But in the second game, there were 2 primary endings that you would decide between. Other than there were some non-standard game overs too. But yes, so I'm curious to see what'll happen here because I don't know because they're definitely doing some different things with it. Because in the second one, the story was all about like Artemy deciding the town's fate, whereas I think Daniil's priorities might be different. And then back on day 1, we've still got all of our thoughts and whatnot. Cool. I managed to maintain balance for now. I wonder what the cracked mirror icon means. They didn't take my gun away. That's some great police work there, buddy. They took away my drugs, but not my gun. Jerks. This is the second time I've slept in a jail cell. This is the second time I've ruminated on how humiliating it is. Prisons are bare and filthy because of poverty, not cruelty, is what I told myself the first time around. Riddle me this. What place has an entrance but no exit? A grave. A jail. This ill-fated town. This triple accursed town is sapping your resolve by the minute. Is it the local herbs blooming, or have you finally cracked, Dankovsky? Will it always be like this? This despair isn't yours, I swear. It's the local herbs messing with your head. Splash your face with cold water. In mania, you're sharp and fierce. This town will sap your will, lull you to sleep. Hey, you there! Let me out already! To move faster, fight apathy by increasing mania. Capella, Victoria Olgimskaya. Daughter of Flat Vlad Olgimsky, local magnate and master of the town's industry. Blood of his blood. Local kids named her Capella for her ability to point out the celestial map in the night sky. I heard she holds some inexplicable power over the town, but I dismissed it. That was a mistake.
The sky is cloudy, yet earth awaits your casket, and filling your pockets is a whole lot of crickets.
I think her voice might be the same as in the last game. That's nice. Hi, Capella. Out! Out, living soul. Yep. I expected a different kind of jailer. I'm a mistress. Well, a future mistress. But I think you'll agree that future and past are relative concepts. Aren't you a bit short to be a mistress? How old are you? 14? 16? Future mistress. But my father can order 100 men into the Gorkhan to drown, and they'll do it too, since otherwise they'd starve. So people do listen to me. That's hardly something to be proud of. I want to help you. How are you feeling? I'm going to step away too, just to also have dinner, so I'll be right back.